The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead like trapped insects. Olivia Bennett pressed her palms against the cold breakroom counter, her phone still warm in her shaking hand. "Rachel, I'm panicking." Her voice cracked into the voicemail. "Grandma Dorothy just sent me a photo of the Christmas table. There's a place setting for him. For the boyfriend who doesn't exist." The weight of 9 months of lying pressed against her chest. It had started so small. Her grandmother, fragile in that hospital bed, asking if someone was taking care of her in the big city. One simple yes. One invented boyfriend to ease an old woman's worry. Now that lie had grown teeth. "She's so excited, and I can't break her heart." Olivia's reflection stared back from the dark microwave door, mascara smudged, professional mask cracking. What was I thinking? She didn't hear the door behind her. Didn't sense the presence in the shadows near the storage shelves. Nathan Pierce stood frozen, an empty water glass in his hand, caught between retreat and revelation. For 9 months, his executive assistant had been a machine of efficiency. Color-coded files. Triple-synced calendars. Never a crack in the armor. Until now. The vulnerability in her voice cut through something in his chest he'd thought long dead. The devotion. The fear. The desperation to protect someone she loved. He knew that feeling. Had spent a lifetime building walls against it. Olivia ended the call and left, unaware. Nathan remained in the empty room, staring at nothing, making a decision that defied every logical instinct he possessed. 20 minutes later, he appeared beside her desk. "Miss Bennett." "My office." "Now." Her face went pale. "Did I do something wrong?" "No." His jaw tightened. "But we need to talk." The walk down the corridor stretched like miles. Olivia's mind spiraled through disasters. Had someone complained? Had she missed something critical? Nathan's office overlooked the city, all glass and steel and cold efficiency. But instead of sitting behind his desk, he took the chair beside her. "I overheard your phone call." The blood drained from her face. "It was unintentional. But I heard everything." He leaned forward, gray eyes intense. "And I have a proposal." "A proposal?" "Your grandmother expects a boyfriend." "I have no Christmas plans." He spoke like he was presenting quarterly projections. "I'll go with you. Play the role. Help you solve this problem." Olivia stared at him like he'd started speaking another language. "Why would you possibly do that?" Something flickered across his face. "Pain, maybe. Or loneliness. Because experiencing a real family Christmas sounds better than another year alone in an expensive hotel. And because you need help." "This is insane." "Probably." A ghost of a smile. "But is it more insane than breaking your grandmother's heart? Or spinning more elaborate lies?" The office felt too small suddenly. Too intimate. "If we do this," she said slowly, "there have to be rules. Boundaries. This is just a favor. Nothing more." "Of course. Clear parameters. We're simply helping each other through a challenging social situation." Olivia looked at him, really looked. Nathan Pierce, her intimidating boss, was offering to be her fake boyfriend. The absurdity should have made her laugh. Instead, she felt the weight on her chest lighten for the first time in months. "Okay," she whispered. "Okay." 3 days later, his black sedan pulled up at 8 a.m. sharp. Olivia watched from her window, suitcase packed, heart hammering. She was about to take her boss home for Christmas. What could possibly go wrong? The highway stretched endless beneath gray December skies. Nathan drove with the same precision he brought to spreadsheets, hands at 10 and 2, eyes forward. Olivia watched the city dissolve into countryside, her stomach twisted in knots. Tell me about your grandmother, Nathan said finally. What's she like? Dorothy Bennett is the strongest person I know. Olivia's voice softened despite her nerves. She raised 3 kids alone after my grandfather died. Worked 2 jobs. Made every holiday feel like magic. She sounds formidable. She is. But she's also loving. When I was drowning in student debt, working 3 terrible jobs, she sent me care packages. Homemade cookies. Notes that said I could make it. Olivia's throat tightened. When she got sick, I felt like the ground was disappearing. Nathan's knuckles whitened on the steering wheel. I understand that feeling. Something in his tone made her turn. Your family? Divorced when I was 12. Both remarried. Built new families that felt more like obligations than homes. His jaw clenched. Christmas is usually a hotel room in the Bahamas and expensive gifts shipped overnight. That sounds lonely. It's efficient. But his voice carried an edge that said otherwise. They stopped at a gas station an hour outside Riverside. While Nathan filled the tank, Olivia bought coffee and tried to calm her racing thoughts. When she returned, she found him on the phone, his voice sharp. I don't care what the board wants, Margaret. I'm unavailable until the 27th. Handle it. He hung up and met her eyes. Something vulnerable flashed there before his mask returned. Work crisis, she asked. Always. He took the coffee. Thank you. Their fingers brushed. The contact lasted half a second but sent electricity up her arm. Professional boundaries, she reminded herself. This is just an arrangement. They reached Riverside as twilight painted the sky purple. The town was exactly as Olivia described it, small, charming, Christmas lights strung between lampposts. Her grandmother's house sat on Maple Street, a Victorian with a wraparound porch and smoke curling from the chimney. Last chance to run, Olivia said, trying to joke. Her hands were shaking. Nathan reached over and covered her hand with his. I'm not going anywhere. The front door flew open before they reached the porch. Dorothy Bennett emerged, tiny and fierce, silver hair in a neat bun, eyes bright with joy. Olivia. Oh, sweetheart. She pulled Olivia into a crushing hug, then turned to Nathan. And you must be the young man I've heard so much about. Nathan extended his hand, but Dorothy waved it away and hugged him too. Mrs. Bennett, it's a pleasure. Dorothy, please. Come in, come in. You must be freezing. The house smelled like cinnamon and pine. A massive tree dominated the living room, covered in ornaments that looked decades old. Photos lined the mantel, Olivia as a child, family gatherings, moments frozen in time. I've made up the guest room for you both, Dorothy said, bustling toward the kitchen. I hope you don't mind sharing. The house is small, but the bed is comfortable. Olivia's stomach dropped. Grandma, we can figure something else out. Nonsense. You're a couple. Besides, your Uncle Tom is in the other spare room. Dorothy squeezed Nathan's arm. Now tell me, how did you two meet? Nathan didn't miss a beat. At the office. I noticed her organization skills first. The way she solved problems nobody else could see. His eyes found Olivia's. Then I noticed everything else. The sincerity in his voice made Olivia's breath catch. He was acting. Of course he was acting. So why did it feel so real? Dinner was roast chicken and stories. Dorothy asked gentle questions, and Nathan answered with carefully crafted truths mixed with strategic omissions. He was good at this. Too good. Olivia's Uncle Tom arrived late, a burly man with skeptical eyes who worked construction. He shook Nathan's hand with crushing force. So you're the boyfriend. What do you do? I'm a CFO. Finance. Fancy. Tom's tone carried judgment. You treat my niece right? I try to. Nathan met his gaze steadily. She deserves the best. Tom grunted, apparently satisfied. Later, alone in the guest room, Olivia stared at the double bed that suddenly looked very small. I'll take the floor, Nathan said immediately. Don't be ridiculous. We're adults. We can share a bed. She tried to sound confident. Just stay on your side. They changed in awkward shifts. Nathan emerged in a t-shirt and sweatpants, looking unfairly human. Olivia wore an oversized sweater and leggings, armor against the intimacy of the situation. They lay in the darkness, a careful foot of space between them. Thank you, Olivia whispered. For doing this. For being kind to her. She's easy to be kind to. Nathan's voice came soft through the dark. She loves you completely. That's rare. Did your parents love you like that? Silence stretched so long she thought he wouldn't answer. They tried. But love got complicated after the divorce. Became a transaction. Visits scheduled. Gifts exchanged. Emotions managed. His breath hitched. I learned early that walls are safer than vulnerability. Olivia turned toward him, though she could barely see his outline. That sounds exhausting. It's efficient. Stop saying that. You use efficiency like a shield. Maybe because it's worked for 37 years. She reached out, found his hand in the darkness. He flinched but didn't pull away. You don't have to keep all the walls up, she whispered. Not here. His fingers curled around hers. What if I don't remember how to take them down? Before she could answer, footsteps creaked in the hallway. They froze, hands clasped, hearts pounding. Dorothy's voice carried through the door. Sleep well, you too. Tomorrow we're decorating cookies. Family tradition. Good night, Grandma, Olivia called back. The footsteps retreated. But Nathan didn't let go of her hand. And Olivia didn't pull away. Somewhere in the darkness between pretending and truth, something shifted. Something dangerous. Morning light filtered through lace curtains. Olivia woke to warmth pressed against her back, an arm draped over her waist. Nathan. Sometime in the night, they'd gravitated together. His breath stirred her hair, steady and deep. She should move. Establish distance. Remember this was fake. Instead, she closed her eyes and let herself have this moment. Then his phone buzzed on the nightstand, shattering the peace. Nathan jerked awake, immediately pulling away. Sorry. I didn't mean to. It's fine. Her voice came out too casual. We were asleep. But the space between them felt charged now. Aware. Downstairs, Dorothy had transformed the kitchen into a cookie factory. Flour dusted every surface. Rolling pins and cookie cutters covered the table. Christmas music played from an old radio. There you are. Dorothy beamed. I hope you're ready to work. We make 12 dozen every year. Half for us, half for the church bake sale. Nathan rolled up his sleeves. Where do I start? The morning dissolved into flower fights and laughter. Nathan proved surprisingly competent with a rolling pin, his precise nature translating to perfectly uniform cookies. Dorothy regaled them with stories from Christmases past, and Olivia felt something in her chest expand. This was what she'd wanted to give her grandmother. Joy. Normalcy. The illusion of happiness. Except it didn't feel like an illusion anymore. You're good at this, Olivia said, watching Nathan carefully ice a snowman. I'm good at following instructions. But his small smile softened the words. Dorothy watched them with knowing eyes. You two fit together nicely. Like pieces that were always meant to connect. Olivia's throat tightened. Grandma. What? I'm old. I'm allowed to be sentimental. Dorothy squeezed her hand. I haven't seen you this happy in years, sweetheart. Whatever you two have, hold on to it. Guilt crashed through Olivia like cold water. That afternoon, Nathan's phone rang. He glanced at the screen and frowned. I need to take this. Work emergency. He disappeared into the backyard. Through the window, Olivia watched him pace, his body language tense. The call lasted 20 minutes. When he returned, his mask was firmly in place. Everything okay? She asked. Fine. Just a crisis that couldn't wait. But his jaw was tight. That night, they attended the town's Christmas Eve service. The small church glowed with candlelight. Olivia sat between Nathan and Dorothy, acutely aware of Nathan's thigh pressed against hers in the crowded pew. During the final hymn, Dorothy's voice cracked. She clutched Olivia's hand, tears streaming down her weathered face. Are you okay? Olivia whispered. I'm just so grateful, Dorothy managed. To have you here. To see you loved. Her gaze found Nathan. To know you won't be alone. The word stabbed through Olivia's chest. This beautiful, trusting woman who'd only ever shown her love, and Olivia was repaying her with lies. After the service, they walked home through snow that had started falling. Dorothy went ahead with neighbors, leaving Olivia and Nathan alone on the quiet street. I can't do this anymore, Olivia said suddenly, her breath fogging in the cold. Nathan stopped. What? She's crying tears of joy over a relationship that doesn't exist. I'm lying to the most important person in my life. Olivia's voice broke. This was a mistake. I should tell her the truth. Olivia. No, you don't understand. She deserves better than this. Better than me pretending just to make her feel secure. Nathan grabbed her shoulders, forcing her to meet his eyes. You're not pretending. Not about loving her. Not about wanting her to be happy. The method might be unconventional, but the motivation is pure love. How can you say that? You barely know me. I know you work yourself to exhaustion to be perfect. I know you send half your paycheck home to help with her medical bills. I know you haven't taken a vacation in 2 years because you're terrified something will happen and you won't be there. His grip tightened. I know you're the most devoted granddaughter I've ever seen, and if this lie gives her peace, maybe that's not the worst thing. When did you become okay with lying? When I realized some lies protect the people we love from pain we can absorb for them. The rawness in his voice stopped her. Nathan, what aren't you telling me? His hands dropped. For a long moment, only the soft fall of snow filled the silence. My mother is dying, he said finally. Pancreatic cancer. Stage 4. She has maybe 3 months. Olivia's breath caught. Oh God. Nathan. She called yesterday. That's what the work crisis was. She wants me to come see her. Bring my girlfriend. His laugh was bitter. Funny how that worked out. I have a fake girlfriend to parade in front of my dying mother so she can die thinking I'm not alone. Is that why you agreed to this? Maybe. Partly. He met her eyes, and the pain there was devastating. Or maybe I just wanted to feel like I belonged somewhere, even if it was fake. Even if it was borrowed. Nathan. She reached for him, but he stepped back. We should go inside. Your grandmother will wonder. Stop. Olivia closed the distance between them. Stop hiding. Stop using efficiency as armor. I see you. The real you. And you're not alone. You don't know what you're saying. Don't I? She grabbed his face, forcing him to look at her. You've been playing a role your whole life. The successful son. The perfect CFO. The man who doesn't need anyone. But I see through it. And what I see is someone who's just as scared and lonely as I am. Olivia. Her name came out rough. Broken. We're both wearing masks, Nathan. Both pretending to be stronger than we feel. Maybe that's why this works. Because we recognize the performance in each other. Snow fell around them like a curtain. The world narrowed to just his face, his eyes, the space between their lips. This is dangerous, he whispered. I know. If we cross this line, we can't go back. I know that too. Nathan's hand came up to cup her cheek, his thumb tracing her jaw with devastating gentleness. I don't know how to do this. How to be real with someone. Neither do I. But maybe we can figure it out together. His phone buzzed again. Once. Twice. A third time. Nathan closed his eyes and stepped back. I need to go. Tonight. My mother. She's asking for me. Now? But it's Christmas Eve. I know. I'm sorry. I'll drive back tonight, see her tomorrow, and return for the evening. You can tell your grandmother I had a work emergency. The moment shattered. Reality crashed back in. Nathan, you don't have to do this alone. Let me come with you. No. You stay here. With Dorothy. She needs you. His mask was back in place, efficient and cold. I'll handle this. He walked away, leaving her standing in the snow, heart pounding, world tilting. Inside, she found Dorothy in the kitchen making hot chocolate. Where's Nathan, dear? He had to go. Emergency at work. He'll be back tomorrow evening. Dorothy's face fell. Oh. That's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd all have Christmas morning together. Me too, Grandma. Later, alone in the too-big bed, Olivia stared at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed. A text from Nathan, I'm sorry. For leaving. For everything. You deserve honesty, and I've been hiding the truth. About my mother. About how I feel. About what this week has meant. When I get back, we need to talk. Really talk. No more masks. Her chest ached. She typed back, drive safe. And Nathan? Whatever you need to say, I'm ready to hear it. The response came immediately, that's what I'm afraid of. Olivia pressed the phone to her chest, heart racing. Somewhere between the fake relationship and real emotions, everything had gotten complicated. Tomorrow was Christmas. Tomorrow Nathan would see his dying mother. Tomorrow they would have to face the truth they'd both been avoiding. That nothing about this felt fake anymore. And that terrified her more than any lie ever could. Christmas morning arrived gray and cold. Olivia woke to an empty bed and emptier arms. Downstairs, Dorothy had prepared a feast despite Olivia's protests. Uncle Tom arrived with his wife and 2 kids. The house filled with noise and laughter and the smell of cinnamon rolls. Was safer than being vulnerable. But Blake made me remember what it feels like to be wanted for who I am, not what I achieve. Then why the deal? Vanessa asked. Why not just be honest? Because honesty is terrifying. Blake's hand tightened around Grace's. Because admitting you need someone gives them power to destroy you. Serena taught me that lesson thoroughly. Silence filled the room, broken only by the distant music from the reception. Finally, Trevor spoke. Vanessa, it's your call. But I'll say this. I've known Blake for 15 years. I've never seen him look at anyone the way he looks at Grace. Vanessa studied them both, her bride's intuition reading truths beneath the damage. I don't want you at the reception, she said finally. But I'm not asking you to leave the estate. Figure your mess out away from my guests. If your feelings are real, prove it. Show me this isn't just damage control. Blake nodded stiffly. Understood. They left in silence, walking through shadowed gardens until they reached Grace's room. She unlocked the door with shaking hands. You should go, Grace said, not meeting his eyes. This is over. We've done enough damage. Is that what you want? What I want doesn't matter. She finally looked at him, and the pain in his face nearly broke her. Vanessa's right. We hurt people with our selfishness. The decent thing is to end this now. Blake stepped into her room, closing the door behind him. The decent thing? Grace, I've been decent my whole life. I've followed every rule, met every expectation, been the perfect son and businessman and partner. And where did it get me? His voice rose, raw and desperate. Alone. Betrayed. So forgive me if I'm done being decent. Forgive me if I want to be selfish for once and fight for something real. This isn't real. Grace's tears fell freely now. It's built on lies and desperation. Real relationships don't start like this. Why not? Blake closed the distance between them. Who decided that love has to be clean and perfect? That it can't grow from messy, complicated places? Blake, stop. No. His hands framed her face, forcing her to meet his eyes. I'm not letting you run because you're scared. I'm not letting you convince yourself this doesn't matter. You told me on that terrace that this felt real. Was that a lie? No. The word tore from her throat. But real doesn't mean right. Real doesn't mean we won't destroy each other. Maybe. His thumb caught her tears. Or maybe we'll save each other. Maybe two broken people can build something stronger than two perfect ones ever could. Grace's resolve crumbled. I don't know how to do this. How to trust this. Neither do I. Blake's forehead pressed against hers. But I know I'd rather fail trying with you than succeed at anything else without you. The room fell silent except for their breathing, harsh and uneven. If we do this, Grace whispered, if we try to make this real, I need honesty. Complete transparency. No more games. Agreed. Blake's lips brushed her temple. Starting now. I'm terrified. Terrified that you'll see who I really am and leave. Terrified that I'll fail you the way I failed Serena. But I'm more terrified of walking away and spending the rest of my life wondering what we could have been. Grace's hands fisted in his shirt. I'm terrified you'll realize I'm not worth the complication. That I'm just another damaged woman with too much baggage. Then we'll be terrified together. He kissed her, and this time there was no pretense, no audience. Just two people choosing each other despite every reason not to. When Grace's phone buzzed hours later, Blake was asleep beside her, his arm draped protectively across her waist. She picked it up carefully, not wanting to wake him. A message from an unknown number. Another photo. But this time, it wasn't from Serena. It was a picture of Blake from 6 months ago, standing beside Serena at a charity gala. But in the background, partially obscured, was another woman. Young, blonde, holding his hand. The message beneath made Grace's blood run cold. Ask your boyfriend about Madison. The other woman he was seeing while engaged to Serena. The one he paid to disappear when she threatened to go public. Sound familiar? Grace stared at the sleeping man beside her, and her world tilted. Had she just traded one liar for another? Dawn broke over Napa Valley in shades of rose and gold, but Grace saw none of it. She sat on the balcony, the photo burning on her phone screen, watching Blake sleep through the glass door. Madison. Another woman. Another payment to make a problem disappear. Was she just history repeating itself? You're up early. Grace startled. Blake stood in the doorway, wearing last night's shirt, his hair disheveled. Beautiful and terrifying. Couldn't sleep. She kept her voice neutral. He studied her, his expression shifting. Something's wrong. Blake. Grace turned her phone toward him. Who's Madison? Enough of it. Tears streamed down her face now. The foundation was rotten. Nothing built on that can stand. Nathan's face crumpled. Please. Let me fix this. How? By telling me more pretty lies? By swearing this time you really mean it? She shook her head. I can't trust anything you say anymore. I don't even know which version of you was real. All of them were real. The wall I keep up is real. The vulnerability I showed you is real. The fact that I'm absolutely terrified of losing you is real. You already lost me. The moment you decided deception was acceptable. Olivia, please. I need you to leave. Her voice came out cold. Dead. Go back to your dying mother. Spend what time she has left with her. But don't come back here. Don't contact me. We're done. You don't mean that. I absolutely mean it. Professional. Distant. Those are your favorite words, right? Well, congratulations. That's all we'll ever be. She turned and walked away, leaving him standing alone in the park beneath indifferent stars. Back at the house, Dorothy took one look at Olivia's face and pulled her into a hug. What happened, sweetheart? He's gone, Grandma. He's not coming back. Oh, honey. Dorothy held her tighter. What did he do? The whole story poured out. The arrangement. The lies. The bored ultimatum. The betrayal wrapped in pretty words about falling in love. Dorothy listened in silence, her face growing harder with each revelation. That calculating snake, she said finally. Using my health as leverage. Using your love for me to manipulate you into his scheme. I should have seen it. Should have known it was too good to be true. Sweetheart, you trusted someone who seemed trustworthy. That's not a failing. That's human. Dorothy cupped her face. But I need you to be honest with me now. Do you have real feelings for him? Under all the lies and manipulation? Olivia closed her eyes. Yes. God help me, yes. Then this is more complicated than just anger. It doesn't matter. I can't trust him. No. You can't. Not right now. Dorothy's eyes grew distant. But people make mistakes, Olivia. Even terrible ones. The question is whether they're capable of change. Of earning back trust through action, not just words. You think I should forgive him? I think you should do whatever protects your heart. But I also think you should remember that love is rarely simple. And sometimes the people worth loving are the ones who challenge us to be braver than we thought possible. Olivia's phone buzzed. A text from Nathan, I'm at the hospital with my mother. She wants to meet you. I know you owe me nothing. But this isn't about us. It's about a dying woman's last wish. If you can find it in your heart to give her this one thing, I'll never ask anything of you again. The choice is yours. Manipulative bastard, Olivia whispered. But even as anger coursed through her, another emotion warred beneath it. Because Nathan was right. This wasn't about them. This was about a woman who was dying. A woman who wanted to believe her son had found love before she left this world. Some lies protected the people we love from pain we could absorb for them. Nathan's words. Or had those been a lie too? Olivia looked at her grandmother, then back at the phone. I have to go, she said. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But I have to try. Dorothy smiled sadly. Then go. Face whatever comes next. And remember, sweetheart. You're stronger than you know. Olivia grabbed her coat and car keys, heart pounding. She was about to walk into the lion's den. About to face the man who'd broken her heart. About to discover if some betrayals could ever be forgiven. Or if some wounds cut too deep to heal. The hospital smelled like antiseptic and dying dreams. Olivia found Nathan in the hallway outside room 412, slumped against the wall. When he saw her, shock and relief warred across his face. "You came. Don't read into it. I'm here for your mother, not you." "I know." He stood, exhaustion etched into every line of his body. "Thank you. That's more than I deserve." "It's definitely more than you deserve." He flinched but didn't argue. "She's weak. The pain medication makes her drift in and out. But she's lucid right now. And she's asking for you." "What did you tell her?" "The truth." His eyes met hers. "That you're the woman I love. That I've made terrible mistakes. And that I'm fighting to earn you back." "Nathan. I know you don't believe me. I know trust is broken. But I meant what I said in the park. Every word of it." He took a shaky breath. "My mother doesn't have much time. I won't waste what's left on lies. Not anymore." Before Olivia could respond, a weak voice called from the room. "Nathan? Is that her?" He pushed open the door. Olivia followed, her anger momentarily forgotten in the face of what she saw. Margaret Pierce was a wisp of a woman drowning in white sheets. But her eyes were sharp. Intelligent, taking in everything. "You must be Olivia." Her smile was gentle. "Nathan's told me so much about you. It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Pierce." "Margaret, please. We're practically family now." She patted the bed beside her with a trembling hand. "Sit. Tell me about yourself." "My son is terrible at sharing personal details." For the next hour, Olivia sat with a dying stranger and talked. About her grandmother. About her work. About dreams and fears and the weight of trying to be perfect. Margaret listened with the intensity of someone storing up memories for a journey she couldn't take companions on. Nathan stood in the corner, silent, watching the two most important women in his life connect. "You love my son," Margaret said finally. Not a question. A statement. Olivia's breath caught. "It's complicated. Love always is." Margaret's hand found hers. "But I see the way you look at him. Even angry, even hurt, there's love underneath. He lied to me. I know. He told me everything. About the board ultimatum. About the arrangement. About how it became real." Margaret's grip tightened. "My son has spent his life building walls. I'm partly to blame for that. The divorce. The new families. We taught him that emotions were dangerous. That efficiency was safer than vulnerability. That doesn't excuse what he did. No. It doesn't. But it might help you understand it." Margaret looked toward Nathan. "He's been terrified his whole life. Terrified of being left. Of not being enough. Of opening his heart and having it destroyed. So he destroyed mine first?" "No. He sabotaged himself because he didn't believe he deserved happiness. Because some part of him expected you to leave eventually, so he gave you a reason to." Margaret's eyes glistened. "It's a coward's move. But it's also the move of someone who's never learned how to fight for what matters." Olivia felt tears burning. "Why are you defending him?" "I'm not defending him. I'm explaining him. There's a difference." Margaret squeezed her hand. "What my son did was wrong. Calculating. Manipulative. But the feelings underneath were real. And now he has a choice. Keep running and stay safe. Or fight for you and risk everything. I can't make that choice for him." "No. But you can make a choice for yourself. Margaret's voice grew weaker. I'm dying, Olivia. And I've made my share of mistakes. But I've learned one thing. Life is too short to let fear win. If there's even a chance for real love, fight for it. Even if it's messy. Even if it hurts. I don't know if I'm brave enough. You came here tonight. You sat with a stranger who birthed the man who broke your heart. That's bravery. Margaret smiled. The question is whether my son has the courage to match it. The machines around the bed began beeping. A nurse rushed in, ushering them out. In the hallway, Nathan and Olivia stood in charged silence. She's remarkable, Olivia said finally. She is. And she's dying thinking I've found happiness. Even if it's built on lies. His voice broke. Maybe that's the only gift I can give her. You could give her the truth. What truth? That I fell in love with my assistant during a fake relationship arrangement? That I'm too damaged to know how to be real with someone? He laughed bitterly. That's not comforting. No. But it's honest. Nathan turned to her, and the raw pain in his eyes made her chest ache. I don't know how to fix this. How to prove that what I feel is real when the foundation was built on deception. You can't fix it. Not right now. Trust isn't something you can force or demand. It's something you earn over time. Then I'll earn it. However long it takes. Nathan, I don't know if I have that in me. Every time I look at you, I'll remember the lies. I'll question every word, every gesture. That's not love. That's torture. Then I'll accept torture if it means a chance with you. Stop. She grabbed his arms. Stop making grand declarations. Stop trying to be the romantic hero in some story where everything works out because love conquers all. This is real life. And in real life, some betrayals can't be undone. I know. His hands covered hers. But I have to try. Because losing you is worse than any rejection. Worse than any pain. The nurse emerged from the room. She's asking for you both. Together. They returned to find Margaret fighting to keep her eyes open. My son, she whispered. Come here. Nathan knelt beside the bed. I need you to promise me something. Anything. Stop running. Stop hiding behind walls and efficiency and fear. Her hand found his cheek. Life is too precious to waste protecting yourself from pain. If you love this woman, fight for her. Not with manipulation or calculation. With raw, honest, terrifying vulnerability. Mom. Promise me. I promise. Margaret's gaze shifted to Olivia. And you. Don't let his mistakes blind you to his heart. He's broken. But broken things can heal. The question is whether you're willing to help hold the pieces while he does the work. Margaret, I can't promise that. I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to stay open to the possibility. She smiled weakly. Sometimes love isn't about perfect people finding each other. It's about damaged people choosing to heal together. The machines began beeping again. Doctors rushed in. Nathan and Olivia were ushered out. For 3 hours, they sat in the waiting room. Not speaking. Not touching. Just existing in shared grief. At 2 a.m., a doctor approached with somber eyes. Margaret Pierce was gone. Nathan's face crumpled. A sound escaped him, raw and broken, that made Olivia's heart shatter. She reached for him without thinking. He collapsed into her arms, and she held him as he sobbed. Held him through grief and guilt and the weight of love lost. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. She wanted me to be happy, he choked out. That's all she wanted. And I couldn't even give her that truth. You gave her hope. That's worth something. Is it? Or did I just lie to another person I loved? Olivia pulled back, forcing him to meet her eyes. Listen to me. Your mother knew exactly who you were. Every flaw. Every wall. Every mistake. And she loved you anyway. That's not contingent on lies or perfect behavior. That's unconditional. Like what you had with Dorothy. Yes. And what you can still have. If you choose it. She took a shaky breath. Your mother was right about one thing. You need to stop running. Stop sabotaging yourself because you're afraid. I don't know how. Then learn. Fight. Choose vulnerability even when it's terrifying. Prove through action that you're capable of change. And us? Olivia stood, exhaustion and grief weighing on her. There is no us right now. But there could be. Someday. If you do the work. If you prove that trust can be rebuilt. How long will that take? I don't know. Months. Years. Maybe forever. She cupped his face. But if you're serious about earning me back, start by being honest. With yourself. With me. With everyone. No more masks. No more efficiency as armor. Just raw, terrifying truth. I can do that. Then do it. Starting now. Go home. Grieve your mother. Face your board without hiding behind a fake girlfriend. Build a life based on authenticity instead of calculation. She stepped back. And if you still want me after all that, if you've proven you can be real, come find me. Olivia. I need to go. I need to get back to my grandmother. She's probably worried sick. Tears streamed down her face. I'm sorry about your mother, Nathan. Truly. But I can't be your comfort right now. I can't be your solution. You need to learn to stand on your own. She walked away, leaving him alone in the sterile hallway. The drive back to Riverside passed in a blur of tears and exhaustion. Dorothy was waiting up, pulling Olivia into her arms the moment she walked through the door. His mother passed, Olivia managed. Oh, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. He broke my heart, Grandma. But I still love him. How messed up is that? That's not messed up. That's human. Dorothy guided her to the couch. Love doesn't stop just because someone hurts us. It would be easier if it did. What do I do? Margaret's gaze shifted to Olivia. And you. Don't let his mistakes blind you to his heart. He's broken. But broken things can heal. The question is whether you're willing to help hold the pieces while he does the work. Margaret, I can't promise that. I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to stay open to the possibility. She smiled weakly. Sometimes love isn't about perfect people finding each other. It's about damaged people choosing to heal together. The machines began beeping again. Doctors rushed in. Nathan and Olivia were ushered out. For 3 hours, they sat in the waiting room. Not speaking. Not touching. Just existing in shared grief. At 2 a.m., a doctor approached with somber eyes. Margaret Pierce was gone. Nathan's face crumpled. A sound escaped him, raw and broken, that made Olivia's heart shatter. She reached for him without thinking. He collapsed into her arms, and she held him as he sobbed. Held him through grief and guilt and the weight of love lost. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. She wanted me to be happy, he choked out. That's all she wanted. And I couldn't even give her that truth. You gave her hope. That's worth something. Is it? Or did I just lie to another person I loved? Olivia pulled back, forcing him to meet her eyes. Listen to me. Your mother knew exactly who you were. Every flaw. Every wall. Every mistake. And she loved you anyway. That's not contingent on lies or perfect behavior. That's unconditional. Like what you had with Dorothy. Yes. And what you can still have. If you choose it. She took a shaky breath. Your mother was right about one thing. You need to stop running. Stop sabotaging yourself because you're afraid. I don't know how. Then learn. Fight. Choose vulnerability even when it's terrifying. Prove through action that you're capable of change. And us? Olivia stood, exhaustion and grief weighing on her. There is no us right now. But there could be. Someday. If you do the work. If you prove that trust can be rebuilt. How long will that take? I don't know. Months. Years. Maybe forever. She cupped his face. But if you're serious about earning me back, start by being honest. With yourself. With me. With everyone. No more masks. No more efficiency as armor. Just raw, terrifying truth. I can do that. Then do it. Starting now. Go home. Grieve your mother. Face your board without hiding behind a fake girlfriend. Build a life based on authenticity instead of calculation. She stepped back. And if you still want me after all that, if you've proven you can be real, come find me. Olivia. I need to go. I need to get back to my grandmother. She's probably worried sick. Tears streamed down her face. I'm sorry about your mother, Nathan. Truly. But I can't be your comfort right now. I can't be your solution. You need to learn to stand on your own. She walked away, leaving him alone in the sterile hallway. The drive back to Riverside passed in a blur of tears and exhaustion. Dorothy was waiting up, pulling Olivia into her arms the moment she walked through the door. His mother passed, Olivia managed. Oh, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. He broke my heart, Grandma. But I still love him. How messed up is that? That's not messed up. That's human. Dorothy guided her to the couch. Love doesn't stop just because someone hurts us. It would be easier if it did. What do I do?